Hello, beautiful and magnificent beings. Welcome to this week's Oracle and Tarot reading. Let's see what messages the universe has for pile number 1. And if you chose the beautiful Lotus, number 28, compassion, also 28 and 10, which means a new cycle. Caring, empathy, acceptance, gentleness. And also lotus flower represents spirituality, spiritual awakening. And I feel like this is something that let me see, I'm getting a couple different messages here. This isn't something that's difficult for most of you towards others, but some of you have a hard time with being compassionate to yourself. But I feel like a lot of you have gotten over this. You've been working through it, and you're finally reaching a place in your life that you can truly love and accept yourself as well as your life, what you're doing, interacting with people, animals, nature. Like you have shifted and taken on a more spiritual view of things, seeing the connection of how everything ties together, how everything works together, flows, rises, ebbs, falls, ups, downs. What else am I looking for here? Like a gentle guidance, like you just feel this pulling coming through. There's been a lot of work on the heart chakra as well. I feel like you're starting to open more to abundance as well as your own spiritual gifts. There's recently been a bunch of upgrades the last couple weeks. I know many of you have experienced that. You're trusting yourself more with intuition and guidance in a way that you hadn't before. So I feel like overall you and your life has become more balanced. It's not so much of a challenge as it used to be, but you're just finally accepting and allowing this flow of creativity, of love, compassion, joy. You feel that you are worthy and you deserve these things. You know this now. It's not like a struggle. You've had to convince yourself. You see the beauty in all things and you're just simply allowing and flowing with. So, very beautiful message to start with. Intuition and wisdom gifts. Honor your innate ability to see psychically and trust your gut feelings. Trust your guidance and the vibrations you feel. When you truly step into your abilities, all of your senses rush in. Look into expanding your gifts by taking classes, diary, meditating, journaling, and listening to your inner voice. So the universe is asking you to go a little bit further, to trust even more, to have fun with these things, play around with them daily, make it into a game. And the more fun we have, the easier it is to flow through life, to just simply allow playing with those gifts, allowing yourself to experience things in a new way, which is something you're already doing. So I feel like more of this, you're going to become even more stronger in your guidance and who you are. Like it will become second nature. There won't be any guessing or wondering. Like it's just always been a part of you, but it's awakening more because you're finally at a place where you can really accept it. Okay, and your third message, sorry. Rediscover yourself, treat yourself. What are your interests? Are you hiding yourself to please other versions of you? Okay, so again, programming comes to mind, hiding parts of yourself to please other versions. Okay, so again, breaking free of the programming, of the training that we once had, you know, of what people have told us, what teachers have taught us. This is how it is, this is how you have to be, fit into the society, or you won't be accepted. I feel all of that is falling away. You see the truth and the beauty, and especially the power and in being the unique individual that you are, not doing what people expect of you, And, you know, sometimes this can feel a little uncomfortable at first. And also, I think that's another reason the universe is telling you to play. Have fun with these gifts. Explore. See how far you can go with them. And that is also part of rediscovering yourself. Treat yourself to the things that you had been denying. The things that you love to do that brings you the most joy. Reconnecting to your true self. 8:22 on the clock timer. Oops. Okay, and we have an animal oracle, hippopotamus. Exploration, again, exploration, rediscovering. You have become bored with your life. You have the creative power to stir things up and revitalize everything you do. Revitalize everything. You can do this by starting new projects, setting new goals, and making spiritual connections. Okay, spiritual connections coming through again, working with your guides, trusting the intuition, again, having fun playing, going back to the things that you love doing, or maybe there's things that you are just so drawn to that you wanted to try but you never did. This is like an exploration for you in your life now. This is a time of joy and release and fun and just simply living in the most joyful moments, doing what you love, not caring what other people think, not worrying about judgments. And when you live this way, it actually holds space for other people to do the same. Beautiful. And the tarot, first tarot, fulfillment. Sacral, yes, creativity coming in again. There's a major theme here already going on about simply returning to self, doing what you love. Fulfillment, wishes coming true, realizing dreams, happiness, cheerfulness, joy, fulfillment, positivity, satisfaction, success, abundance, prosperity, achievements, rewards, confidence, high self-esteem, triumph. Yes, this is what life should have always been like for us. It's taken us so long to get back to it, to our natural truth. But, you know, thank goodness so many of us are. We are coming back to this. We're seeing the truth. We're feeling that truth. We're becoming more passionate about doing what we want to do with the rest of our lives, especially those of us that are older. You know, it's like, what are you going to do with the rest of that time? Are you going to be, they always talk about how people have all these regrets on their deathbed. Don't be one of those people. And I feel like you're stepping into your power of that, you know, that creativity. You're very passionate. And, you know, this is going to bring not just joy, it's bringing success, happiness, again, opening up space for others to do the same, prosperity, financial freedom. So you are on the right track. Everything is working for you in your favor. It's always working for you in your favor, even when it doesn't feel like it. Crown chakra, prosperity. Ace of Pentacles, a financial new beginning, new financial opportunities, new job, business, money, investments, saving, prosperity, security, stability, abundance, manifestation. Okay, manifestation coming in. This is another thing that many of us have been experiencing lately with these new upgrades. 11:44 on the clock timer. Major, massive manifestations are coming in. And it's because we finally figured out how to do it, how to align with it rather. It's not so much about forcing and pushing and manipulating. It's about simply aligning and just allowing that beautiful flow of abundance and money and whatever else just come in naturally. And so many of us are finally getting to this point that we understand this. You know, it's one of the Hermetic principles. And I'm going to get into those later. But yes, a beautiful financial beginning, as well as, you know, all the abundance, the creativity, all of these new experiences, this new way of living for you. And I love that that crown came under this, the lotus, that same color. Beautiful. And also major financial stability for you. This isn't just, you know, for many people it was hard. It's like we'd have little breaks here and there, but this is like a major manifestation, like sustained financial securities for the rest of your life. So that is incredible. All the hard work, just like I said, all the hard work always pays off. Always. Hermit, third eye. I honor my spiritual self. Okay, so again, the theme coming through on this: spiritual awakening, expansion, abundance, financial success, trusting all of your beautiful gifts, doing what you came here to do on that life path, soul searching, spiritual enlightenment, self-reflection, introspection, contemplation, inner guidance, solitude, sanctuary, the process of searching for deeper truths, the current of universal being flown through me. Patience is a virtue. Okay, so, and also I know a lot of you, like myself, did some hermiting for months, weeks, years. You know, I've been doing it for over 15 years now, and I'm about ready to go back out into the world. There's just like a few little things left for me, and it's time for me to get back out there. So you might be feeling that pull as well. You know, we've healed our deepest wounds. We've stuck with the practice. We've gone through it. You've healed. You've become the person you were meant to. And so you're probably starting to feel a little bit of that nudge, that pull. It's time to get back out there. It's time to be seen, to be heard. You have so many beautiful messages and information to share with others to help them on their journey as well. Okay, and let's see what your next 3 messages are. We have, look at all those feathers. If you want to fly, give up everything that weighs you down. Beautiful. Great things take time. They sure do, but they are worth the effort. And the last, we rise by lifting others. Yes, that's part of the spiritual journey. You know, learning to share what we have learned so people don't suffer. So many of us, you know, went through this, again, alone on our own. Whatever means we had, most of us didn't have people. So this has prepared us to, again, go out there and share with others so they don't necessarily have to go through and suffer the way that we did. And the last card is your angel number message. We have 2323, endless cycles. Again, another hermetic law coming in, cycles. Charisma, communication, society, movement, journey, repetition, circumstances, and patterns. There's some truth you're resistant to accept over and over again until you're tired and restrained beyond depression. It takes a decision to live life for yourself. Life is all about passion and compassion. Then you make a change and the world around you follows. Yes, making the changes, the shifts. Again, up here I was talking about trusting yourself, doing what you love, letting go of those old programs. You know, letting go of that, making the decision to live the life for you, not others. So those are your messages for the week. I hope they are helpful. Good luck on your path. Highest blessings and infinite gratitude. Sat Nam. Hello, beautiful and magnificent beings. Welcome to this week's Oracle and Tarot reading. Let's see what messages the universe has for pile number 2. Perhaps you are a Leo or attracted to Leos or lions, big cats. Number 19, intuition, knowing, sensing, trust, gut instincts. Okay, and clearly solar plexus coming through. Being grounded, trusting yourself. Let me see, there's a couple messages coming through. I think that some of you may have struggled with this for some time, and there's still might be some issues, but I feel like a lot of you are really starting to come into your own. This message is similar to the first pile already. Again, as I mentioned last week, there's a lot of shifting going on right now, more awakening, more awareness, expansion in consciousness. So I feel a lot of you are just stepping into your power for the first time in a way that you haven't, and you're very comfortable where, you know, sometimes you might have questioned or it didn't feel right, but I feel like a lot of you are stepping into that. You are the lion. Hear you roar. The lion or the lioness. You have healed all of these hurts and pains and all the suffering you've had to go through. You've finally gotten to the point that you are awakening and seeing the truth of things. You're a very sensitive person. You're very instinctive. And I feel like some of you, some things that had happened to you that were so traumatic, you just couldn't trust yourself for a really long time. But now I feel like a lot of those wounds have been healed, and you can finally feel comfortable in your own skin and trusting that intuition, the guidance, the universe. So beautiful, wonderful. And we have humanitarian service, okay, a light worker of some sort. Your soul longs to joyfully serve. Being of service is a huge calling. This is honorable and satisfying. How are you being called to serve humanity? Serve with grace and humility to assist those that cannot help themselves. Be an advocate, a confidant and inspiration along the way. Okay, so in the spotlight with all of that golden energy, I feel that you are illuminated from the inside out, like that divine consciousness, that spark is really fired up. You're very passionate, and I feel like part of that healing needed to happen to get you to this point where you can go out and do that work. Maybe you've been shy or you've been afraid because you were hurt so deeply. And, you know, the thought of getting back out there, maybe you were trying to help people. 21:12 on the clock timer. All my Rush fans out there. So maybe you had started at one point to try to help people, and you had been hurt in some way, but you've healed. You've learned how to handle people, how to see things differently than you did before. You see the red flags. You know how far you can go. It's safe to be who you are and to go back out there. What happened before doesn't mean it's going to happen again. You've learned your lessons. You can move forward. You have greatness inside of you, and you're meant to go out and share this. It is your time to rise. Create a routine. Have a routine. Having a routine, I can't see those letters in the light. Having a routine helps you limit procrastination and gives you structure. Routine is everything. I don't know too many people, especially successful people. Routine is everything. The more we do certain things, the better we get at it. But also taking those 5, 10, 15 minutes, however much time you need in the morning, structuring the day with, you know, things that bring joy and pleasure. We don't just open our phone, our laptop, our computer and start looking at all the horrible things that's going on in the news, because most of them are lies. Or maybe we go to our emails and start getting stressful emails or something. Creating that routine gives us our power again. The lion, standing in your power, creating a routine that helps you connect in the morning to the divine, setting the tone for the day, knowing that you have the power and the control. You are able to bend timelines to shape the future by in the moment, focusing, doing what you love, having that confidence within yourself, knowing that you can and you will do these things, and routine is where it begins. And snake, transformation. You will be shedding old skin and emotions and transforming them into something bigger and better. Change is in the wind, and you are at the center of it all as the catalyst. It's to smoothen the process, make sure that your intentions are clear and that you move forward with hope. I would say power more than hope, confidence and power. Because you know you can do it. You know why you're here. You know that humanitarian service. You're ready. You've reached that point in your life. You're transforming. It's happened. And vibrancy, third eye, Queen of Wands, good business sense, confidence, foresight, an attractive, magnetic, mature woman, a helpful friend who is well-liked, a kind, loyal, generous, confident, and competitive woman who enjoys enterprise and the limelight and also values her home and family life. Okay, so this may be who you're striving to be, and you're on the right path. Look at all of those oranges and yellows coming through. Vibrancy. You are a beautiful soul. You have this electric fire. I don't know if that makes sense. That's the word I'm hearing. Electric fire. The passion, the joy. People see you as someone to look up to, as a powerful being. Trusting your intuition, your instincts, knowing, the gut instinct coming through. Good business sense. I like that the confidence is coming through. Attractive, magnetic, mature woman. There may also be someone coming in. This could be feminine energy also. You might be balancing out your feminine and masculine and learning how to truly work with that energy in a way that you haven't before. And also, I feel like there's going to be someone coming in helping you with this. And we have independent wealth. Interesting, this also came through in pile 1, which makes sense because the more we become who we are and do what we came to do, the more abundance and the more wealth that comes into our life without even trying. Sacral. 9 of Pentacles, independence, successful, financial stability, security, profit, prosperity, wealth, property, abundance, rewards through the hard work, collecting on investments, thriving business, status, freedom, wisdom, maturity, indulgence. Okay, so this humanitarian service that you're doing, this routine that you're taking on, the transformation that you're going through, you are bringing in more wealth, more abundance, and I feel like there's going to be many sources of revenue. You might be running some type of nonprofit. There might be several different business, like you have your hands in a lot of different pies. This isn't just one specific job that you're doing. Whatever this is you're connecting to, you're creating. All of these different revenues are going to be coming in steady flow for you. So that's always nice. And we have, did I just bump the camera? Okay. Root chakra, the Emperor. I am my own authority. I have the will and the power to create my life structure. Again, a very powerful solar plexus coming through. Also being very grounded. Stability, structure, protection. And stability and structure comes from creating routine, knowing who you are, what you're capable of. Ambition, control, practicality, fearlessness, focus, discipline, logic, practical exuberance, older man, stability, dependability, father figure. Okay, so there's, over here it's talking about a woman coming in or feminine energy. This could also, again, be balancing the feminine and masculine. There could also be an older man coming in to assist you in your businesses or what you're trying to create. I also feel like because people look up to you for many reasons, there's also going to be people coming to you for not just advice, but wanting to work with you in some way. This could also be where all of those revenue streams are coming in. People want to help you. They want to work with you in what you're doing. Not that you'll need help, but they just want to be involved. They want to be part of this humanitarian service to help others. So very beautiful. And number 4, in case I didn't say that. And your last 3 messages: listen, learn, grow. Oh, actually there's 4. I didn't realize 4 came out for you instead of 3. Focus on the good, yes. And that doesn't mean ignore the bad. We don't want to deny feelings or what's going on. Focus on the good and learn from the things that aren't pleasant as you're going through your businesses, learning what works, what doesn't work. Having that right mindset. Okay. Okay, and sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. But to me, you're always learning, you're always winning, whether you're up or down. Basically, up and down is the same scale, it's just a different frequency. You can always learn in every situation. I see every situation now as a win-win, and most likely from this reading you do too. There's no good or bad, there's just learning, moving forward. Some things feel good, some things don't, but there's always things to learn and grow. This is how successful people learn and function. They don't just focus on what's good and working, they focus on all the moving parts, what works, what doesn't work. That's how they learn and grow and improve. Don't count the days, make the days count. And the very last card, the angel number card, we have 1717, drama alert, independence, soul mission. Again, look at that coming through, humanitarian, soul mission, alone time, learning, healing, aspirations. Okay, so this describes, sums up everything we've been talking about, things that you do, how you are. Take a few deep breaths and focus inward. You need time to think things over and consider your options at this time. You must rely solely on yourself. You might not believe it, but you're heading in the right direction. What happens to be a lull in activity is just a natural part of the process. Yes, ups and downs, ebbs and flows. The Hermetic principles. This keeps coming to mind because this is what I've been learning the last 2 weeks. This is what is being taught and revealed to me in a way that I can finally understand it. And there are cycles, and just taking that time, reflecting again, as I was saying over here, where'd it go? Everything has something to learn and be gained from. And so remembering on the downtime, you're just resting, relaxing. That doesn't mean that, we used to be told that we're being lazy or to push ourselves until we're so exhausted we have no choice. That is not a healthy way. That is not the best way. So we're learning how to take the time to rest and relax, but at the same time, with the downtime, we're also learning and improving. So on the upswing, we're ready to go with all that energy again. It is a natural part of the process. So those are your messages for the week. I hope they are helpful. Good luck on your path. Highest blessings and infinite gratitude. Sat Nam. Hello, beautiful and magnificent beings. Welcome to this week's Oracle and Tarot reading. Let's see what messages the universe has for pile 3. We have this beautiful green, emotional balance, stability, harmony, peace, fluidity. We have a nice little rainbow with some birds, more freedom, a balance of emotional freedom coming in. I feel like there is definitely a heart healing going on here. More abundance is already coming in or about to come into your life. With this emotional balance, I feel like this, I don't want to say the end of the healing. There's always things to learn and grow and heal, but I feel like there's been an ongoing, long, major process that you've been healing from. And I'm sorry, 27 in case I didn't say that. Or 9, because 9 also represents change and shifts. So I feel like you have just gone through the last of the most difficult, the most painful of healing experiences. Like you've been doing this work for a really long time, and it's finally coming to an end or fruition. It's time to shift and move. I feel like also shifting timelines. This is something else that's been going on quite a bit. And the more we are healed, the higher we vibrate. As cheesy as that's starting to sound, because our lingo has now been hijacked, and people that don't even understand what it really means are just out there throwing it around like that, lessening what it truly means. So you are becoming more stable in your life. You are rising up. You have a peace in your heart, in your mind, in your body. You're learning to flow and just go in new directions and trust to live fully and completely, emotionally healed. Balance needed. Relationships. Make sure all of your relationships are equal and balanced with giving and receiving. If they are out of rhythm, then the other is sacrificing and can't sustain itself. Therefore, it will create more obstacles to overcome. Know you are worthy and deserve respect in all ways. Okay, so this, I feel, probably has a lot to do with the healing that you've been doing. I'm feeling more than one person, like you were really hurt severely. You may have had a difficult childhood. You kept attracting the wrong kind of people until now. And I don't feel like this is really severe. I feel like you're surrounded by really good people now, and you're finally opening and starting to trust again. And the universe is just saying to fine tune. There might still be some people that aren't necessarily bad, but it's not as balanced as it could be. Like if you find them draining after you've been around them, or if you're doing too much and not receiving equally, these are the red flags you want to look for in people. People should be respectful, and you matter just as much as they do. It should be an equal exchange. And so I feel like this is something also with the healing you're able to see and acknowledge now, where before you might have ignored it or thought, oh, they're just having a bad day, or oh, I can help them. We've learned that we cannot change people, even though we might have had good intentions. People don't want to change, and if they do, then they are the only people that can change. They can ask for help and maybe get it, but we cannot change people. So I feel like you've learned a lot of lessons there with how to handle people now. Love your journey. Be open to the idea of loving you. And I like that love came out under the green and the emotional balance. So definitely heart healing. Learning to love yourself. This was also an issue. You were more open and giving to people, and they took advantage, but you didn't feel that you were worthy enough to receive until now. You've had to go back and figure out where you learned that. Who convinced you that you weren't worthy of love, that you didn't deserve to be treated well? And so now you are learning to heal, to love. That's where that little beautiful rainbow comes in. You're learning to be loved. You deserve to be loved. And you love your life now. How you're living it, how connected you are, how well you're treated. You're open to this, and you've shifted beyond that old programming where you kept attracting the wrong people. Jaguar, growth, absolutely. Maturity is the ability to embrace change, and change cannot happen without death. This death does not necessarily mean physical death, but can be an ending of a relationship, a situation, or simply your decision to not continue with the same old habits. Okay, relationship coming in again, a theme right now. So both your relationship with others as well as yourself. Growth, again, coming in. You've learned. I feel like some of you got to the point that you just had enough of the suffering. I can relate to this as well. We reach a point in our life, it's like, I give up. I can't do this anymore. It's time to try something new. What could possibly happen? Things could possibly get better. You just get tired of suffering, and so you start to change the energy. You start to look at things different. You start to heal yourself and realize you are worthy. And you open, and again, that's what changes the energy, the shifts, what you're attracting to yourself. And your next hero, 10, solar plexus. Yes, absolutely. Healing that solar plexus, the confidence, knowing who you are, standing up for yourself, healthy boundaries. 10 is the beginning of a new cycle, the wheel of fortune. I ride the waves of life. Good luck, destiny, chance, karma, soulmates, decisive moments, cycles of life, fate, fortune, upheaval, chance, gambling. You cannot step into the same river twice. Okay, so everything is moving, flowing, happening for you in a beautiful new way, and you're just falling into it so effortlessly. You're just enjoying every minute of this new life, this new way of being. You've suffered long enough, you've finally gotten over it, you've healed, and now you're just riding the waves, like it's saying, riding the waves of life, learning how to navigate in a healthy state of mind, a way of being. Nurturing, third eye, Queen of Cups. A choice based on sincere feelings, imagination, dreams, empathy, occult interest, deep feeling. Your mother or a mother substitute may play a significant role in the near future events. Okay, so some type of motherly love. This could be an actual person. It could be guides. I'm hearing Mother Mary. Those of you that work with her, expecting that energy or her. Some type of visions or awakening, trusting the guidance in a way that you hadn't before, becoming more spiritually awakened. Let me see what else. The sincerity, the joy, the love, the imagination, imagining how great your life is, how much better it can actually get, and just going with that movement. Security, third eye again, King of Pentacles. Mature, grounded male, successful, wealthy businessman, bettering yourself, not a risk taker, empire thriving, high status, stability, security, enterprises, someone preoccupied with financial matters. Okay, so I'm picking up some sort of business. I don't know if this is a business you're already running or a business you're thinking about. But I feel like somebody is going to come in that's going to push you in a healthy way, to inspire you, to push you to do better than you already are, to open your mind more than it is right now, to help you see the future and realize even more what you can accomplish, especially when you feel vulnerable. Like this is a person that you can trust. They're going to share experiences with you. They're going to show you new ways of moving forward in a business sense. And it's going to be very prosperous. Lots of financial abundance coming in. Amazing. Okay, and the last three messages. I will never stop loving you. Okay, so I feel like this is a sweet little reminder from the universe, from, I'm hearing your guides and also your ancestors. Okay, very interesting. So always knowing and remembering, touching your heart, connecting to that energy, feeling all of that love and support around you. Always add value. Yes, I feel like this is something very precious to you. The things that you do, the things that you share, even if it's something that you do that no one else sees, like you always put 100%. You put your love and your passion into whatever it is. And we have strive for progress, not perfection. Okay? Some of you, I feel like this is more about focusing in the moment, not getting too far ahead, not trying to predict the future or get a certain outcome, just striving, doing your best, doing what you love, being in that moment, because that's where the magic happens. Beautiful. Okay, and the last card, your angel number 0808, swift action, wealth. Look at that coming through again. Financial, all three readings today have major abundance and wealth coming in. You guys have really done some serious work. Wealth, empathy, promises, commitment, affection, inner strength, auspicious outcomes. You will enter a time of expansion, okay? That's what we were just talking about. So begin taking steps toward achieving your ultimate objective immediately. Finances will miraculously improve. And somebody has their mind set on you. Okay, so a possible romance of some sort, or even a marriage proposal, or possibly this could have something to do with your business. Someone has their eyes set on you as a business partner, whatever this is that this security is talking about there. So beautiful reading, beautiful relationships, businesses, expansion of the heart and the mind, standing in your power, taking that back, just having a beautiful, joyful, financial, abundant life. So those are your messages for the week. I hope they're helpful. Good luck on your path, highest blessings, and infinite gratitude. Infinite gratitude. Sat Nam. I almost knocked my light off.